Hey everyone, Miso Kaiba coming back at you with the new structure deck, Sacred Beasts. Today we're gonna open these guys up. I do believe that, yeah, these ones are now, they don't say, uh, just Konami or something, or, Kazuki Takahashi anymore. Like this one. You see this as Kazuki Takahashi Yu-Gi-Oh! It says these are now Studio Dice Suisha TV Tokyo Konami. So these are some of the newer ones that don't have Kazuki Takahashi's name on it. So now those ones are going to be worth a lot more than these ones. So obviously this tells you what you're going to get into it, but we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Today we're going to use some BCW Elites deck cards. I love this dragon, this gold dragon on the side. You get 40 sleeves, matte black. If you want some sleeves, you can hit me up. I sell sleeves. A whole pack of these runs you $5, but you get 80 of them, and these are high quality sleeves. So we're gonna get a couple of these. These are just straight matte black. Get some of those out, and then I always find it easier for some reason to go through the bottom than to go through the top. So as always, they give you a paper playmat. And it's got all three of the gods. Sacred beasts, I mean, because they're not gods. Even though, obviously, Yuri is, you know, like, they're basically, I feel like, the gods. But, you know, this one's a really cool paper deck board. Would be really cool. And some other stuff that you can get. And then how the deck is played, what helps you win, what doesn't. Let's see if I can figure out where to get this folded. There we go. And then, yeah, the card list. So, let's get into it, guys. Appreciate all you guys coming in and checking it out. If you guys are looking to get this structure deck, real good structure deck, not gonna lie. Some really strong cards up in here. So as you can see straight off the bat, we got Ravel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scraper. It's a fiend. Its effect cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be separate summoned from your hand by tributing 3 monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Ravel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scraper once per turn. Quick effect, you can discard this card and target one Ravel Lord of Phantasms you control. For the rest of the turn, its attack becomes double its current attack. Also, it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute 1 monster and this card to add this card to your hand. Sweet. So you just attribute 1 monster and you get this card right back into your hand. This is such a cool photo, I'm not even gonna lie. It's so bright and vibrant. Ultra rare. First edition. 2020. One of the first sets that came out from Studio Dice. Kind of really sad that he changed it up from his name. So having Kazuki Takahashi there, it's no longer there. And then we got another Yuri, Lord of Searing Flames. Cannot be normal summon set. Must be special summon from your hand by sending 3 face-up traps you control to the graveyard. This card gains 1000 attack for each continuous trap in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can target one spell or trap your opponent controls. Destroy that target. Neither player can activate spell or traps in response to the effect's activation. Oh. And these are all playable, so they're not like multicolored god cards that everybody has that are completely worthless. Hammond, Lord of Striking Thunder. We got Thunder effect cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned to the summoned by your hand by sending 3 face-up continuous spells you control to the graveyard. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Dang. While this card is face-up in defense position, monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Okay, sweet. Lord of Phantasms, yeah. And then this one was Shimmering Scraper. Okay. This one's a classic card too. It's first edition for this set. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by tributing 3 fiend monsters. Each time your opponent normal summons a monster, special summon phantasm token, which becomes a fiend, dark, level 1, attack 1000, defense 1000, but it cannot declare an attack. Once per turn, you can tribute one monster. This card gains attack equal to the tributed monster's original attack until end of turn. Dang. So it could go up to even like, another 8,000 if you sacrifice another one. Whoo! Amolite, the Chaos Phantasm. Whoo! This one looks so cool. It's got like a dragon for an arm. It's got Yuri on there for an arm. Sorry. Phone. Must be first special summon from your extra deck by banishing the above cards, which are Yuri, the Lord of Searing Flames, Hammond, Lord of Striking Thunder, Ravel, Lord of Phantasms. So to be these 3, and not this one. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Gains 10,000 attack during my turn only. Pretty awesome. Curing Skyfire. Okay. If special summon Hammond, Lord of Striking Fire using its own procedure, you can also use to special summon that card using its own procedure. You can also use face down spells you control once per turn. While you control an attacking position, Hammond, Lord of Striking Thunder, you can negate any spell or trap effect activated by your opponent, then change one Hammond, Lord of Striking Thunder you control to defense position. If a face-up Yuri, Lord of Searing Flames, Hammond, Lord of Striking Thunder you control leaves the field, you take no damage this turn. Okay, so that's a continuous spell. Hyper Blaze. This one's cool. Look at that shine. To special summon Yuri, Lord of Searing Flames, using its own procedure, you can use face down traps you control once per battle. When an attack is declared involving that, blah blah blah. You can spend 1 trap from your deck to the graveyard. Its attack for the number of face-up traps on the field and its graveyard times 1,000. For the rest of the turn, once per turn, you can discard. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this. This is a lot to read. I'm not even going to lie. It's kind of Dimension Fusion Destruction. Banish from your hand, field, and or graveyard fusion materials that are listed on a Phantasm fusion monster, then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You take no battle damage from attacks involving the monster special summoned by this effect. If you control your Lord of Soaring Flames, the 3, I'm just going to call them the 3, your opponent Cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Chaos Core. Jeez, Fiend in effect. Let's just look at the picture. It's a cool picture. Oh, jeez. Dark Beckoning Beast. Oh, wow. Chaos Summoning Beast. Oh, wow. Dark Summoning Beast. Okay. Phantom of Chaos. Your opponent takes no battle damage from attack involving this card once per turn. You can target one effect monster in your graveyard, banish that target, and if you do, add until the end phase this card's name and original attack, become the monster's name and original attack, and replace that effect with that monster's original effects. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But just so you know, like all four of these basically are the same. They just change them out from like spells and traps and whatnot. Whenever either player activates a card or effect that targets this card, or when your opponent's monsters targeted for an attack, there's a quick effect. You can send up to one of each. Blah blah blah. All the three super awesome cards from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, place one Phantasm counter on this card. For each card sent to the graveyard, if you place at least one, you take no battle damage this turn. You can only use this effective Chaos Core once per turn. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove one finishing card from this card instead. Okay, so it just basically stops this. This card normal summoned. You can add one of the three or one card that specifically lists any of those cards in its text from my deck to my hand, except Dark Beckoning Beast. You can only use this effective Dark Beckoning Beast once per turn during your main phase. You can normal summon one Fiend monster with 0 attack, 0 defense addition until your normal summon set. Okay, you contribute summon this card, special summon one of the from my hand, ignoring the summoning conditions. You can banish this card from my graveyard, add one Fallen Paradise from my deck to my hand. You can only use each effective Chaos Summoning Beast once per turn. Dark Summoning Beast, if you tribute summon this card, I get to special summon one of the three from my hand or deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. Also, monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effective Dark Summoning Beast once per turn, and you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one of the three from my deck to my hand. Okay. Phantom Skyblaster. Those are great cards. They get you those monsters. I guess I was wrong, but I just kind of wanted to skip them because of how much reading was on them. But that's why you guys come to me, so that I read them, so that you know what they mean and what they're saying. When this card is normal or flip summoned, you can special summon any number of Skyblaster tokens. Dark Fiend level 4, attack 500, defense 500, up to the number of monsters you control. Once per turn, during your standby phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent. For each Skyblaster monster you control, Skyblaster monsters you control cannot declare an attack until the end of the effective. Okay. Mad Reloader. These ones are some like demonic looking shit, man. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. If you do, draw 2 cards. Cool. Grave Squirmer. This card, if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target 1 card on the field, destroy that target. A lot of these cards don't have really anything. Rainbow Dark Dragon. This card is always treated as an ultimate crystal card. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 7 dark monsters with different names from the graveyard. Okay. You can banish all other dark monsters from your field and graveyard. This card gains 500 attack for each card banished this way. This is actually a pretty decent card. Pretty decent. Pretty awesome. But I'm not going to lie, banishing 7 monster cards is pretty hefty. And then also saying that you only can special summon this from your hand. Okay, whatever. I got a Tergoidia, whatever. When you take the battle damage, you special summon this card from your hand, gain 600 attacking stats for each card in your hand. Once per turn, you can send one monster from my hand to the graveyard, then target one face-on monster your opponent controls with the same level The Saint monster would take the control of the face-up monster. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your graveyard. That card's level becomes the same as the target until the end of this turn, whatever. Raiden, the multi-dimensional kaiju. This one's cool. You can special summon this card from my hand. If your opponent's field and to your opponent's field and attack position by attributing one monster I control. If your opponent controls a kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from my hand and attack position. You can only control one kaiju monster. Once per turn, you can remove 2 kaiju counters from anywhere on the field and special 1 Radion token. It's a fiend, level 7, 2800 attack, but it cannot be used as synchro material. And these cards are becoming to be very picky. I don't like that. When your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can discard 1 card. Special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent cannot banish cards. Okay. Don't see any point. Puppet Master. When this card is tribute summoned, you can pay 2,000 life points and target 2 fiend monsters in your graveyard. Special summon those targets, but they cannot attack this turn. This one's pretty cool. Strigen Street Patrol. Okay. Fiend, it's got an effect. Okay. If this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original level of that monster in the graveyard times 100, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon feed monster with 2,000 or less attack from your hand. This card from your graveyard. Okay. Farah. This one's cool. Mela Bonk of the Burning Abyss. Fiend effect. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of the effects of Farah among a Burning Abyss per turn. And only once that turn, if you control no spells or traps, you can special summon this card from my hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field, banish it until the end phase. So, well, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field, banish it until the end phase. Okay. Whatever. If I control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss. Okay. Not like he gave me much Burning Abyss cards, but I guess it's just kind of a card to throw in the graveyard because a lot of these cards need to get discarded. If this card is discarded the graveyard, special summon it. Okay, so just another one where you throw it in the graveyard. Danger, Chupacabra. You reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand. Then you discard the chosen card. Then if the discarded card was not Danger Chupacabra, special summon 1 Danger Chupacabra from your hand. And if you do, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, you can target 1 danger monster in your graveyard, except Danger Chupacabra, summon it, special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Opening the Spirit Gates. Okay, when this card is activated, add 1 of the 3 or 1 monster that specifically lists any of those cards in its text from your deck to your hand once per turn. You can discard 1 card, special summon 1 fiend monster with 0 attack, 0 defense from your grave. Once per turn, you control a level 10 monster. You can add 1 continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand. You can only activate 1 opening Spirit Gates per turn, so that's decent. Got a field spell, Fallen Paradise. Your opponent cannot target the 3 or Amolite the Chaos Phantasm. Okay, I forgot which one that one is in your monster zones. I think that was like the 3rd one. Nope. Oh, okay, it's the fusion. Also, those monsters cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while you control them. If you control the 3, well, now the 4 in your monster zone, you can draw 2 cards. You can only use the effect of Fallen Paradise once per turn. Okay, right, once per turn. Phantasmal Martyrs. While you have at least 2 other cards in your hand and control Yuli, Lord of Searing Flames, and Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder, send your entire hand to the graveyard. Special summon 3 Phantasmal Martyr tokens. in attack position. At least 2 other cards in your hand and control. Tie your hand in the graveyard. Whatever. Spell Chronicle. Activate this card by spending your entire hand to the graveyard. Banish 5 spells, traps from your deck. Each time your opponent activates a spell from one Chronicle counter on this card, when the spell card resolves, you can remove 2 Chronicle counters from this card. Your opponent chooses one card banished by this card's effect for you to add to your hand. If this face-up card in the spell or trap zone leaves the field, you take 500 damage for each card currently banished by this card's effect. Terraforming, yeah, one field spell from my deck to my hand. Set rotation. Set 2 field spells with different names from your deck on the field, one on the field, and one on your opponent's field. While either of those cards remain set on the field, neither player can activate or set other field spells. So, Mound of Bound Creator. Level 10 higher monsters on the field cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. If a level 10 or higher monster destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, the player who controlled the destroyed monster takes 1000 damage. When this card on the field is destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 divine monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, cool. That's decent. 1 for 1. Send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon 1 level 1 monster from my hand or deck. The beginning of the end. If you have 7 or more dark monsters in your graveyard, banish 5 dark monsters from your graveyard and draw 3 cards. I was hoping this was the... There's like a ritual spell. By the way, it's not black. You're probably like, why am I looking at a complete black card? It's not. Maybe I can like try and get it to focus, but you probably won't be able to see it. There's just basically some stupid ass like gray and dark black, some dark gray and black image on there. Not even waste my time. Pot of Desires. Banish 10 cards from the top of your deck face down. Draw 2 cards. And then you can only activate 1 Pot of Desires once per turn. What a shitty card. Owner's Seal. Return control of all monsters on the field to their owners. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty decent. Field spells on the field cannot be destroyed. Neither player can activate a new field spell. You can only control 1 field barrier. Cool. Continuous spell. Swords of Concealing Light. Destroy this card during the second standby phase after activation. When this card resolves, change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Monsters your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. Nice. Mystical Space Typhoon. Target 1 spell or trap on the field. Destroy that target. Awakening the Sacred Beast. This card gains these effects based on the number of the 3 with different names you control. Each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, gain life points equal to the attack of that monster. Number 2, negate the activated effects of monsters your opponent controls. Or number 3, any monsters sent to your opponent's graveyard are banished instead. Once per turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you can add 1 continuous trap from your graveyard to your hand. Escape from the Dark Dimension. Whew, nice. Target 1 of the banished dark monsters. Special summon that target. Then this card leaves the field. Destroy that target. And if you do, banish it. When that target is destroyed, destroy this card. Okay, special summon this card as a normal monster. Fiend, Tuner, Earth. Level 2, attack 0, defense 0. This card is also still a trap. You can only activate 1 Shapesister per turn. Okay. Imperial Custom. Face up continuous traps cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects except Imperial Custom. You can only control 1 Imperial Custom. Okay, so great. They can't destroy anything else but this one. Okay, whatever. Mistake. Neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Okay, Dark Factory of more production. You can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, draw one card. You can only use this effective Dark Factory of more production once per turn. Okay, so basically you just destroy one of your monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard, and then you draw one card. And then, Phantasm, Emperor Trilogig. 3 level 10 monsters. If this card is special summoned, or if another monster is special summoned from the graveyard to your field while you control this monster, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its original attack. You can only use this effective Phantasm Emperor Trilog once per turn. It's a pretty decent card. How much you're going to use it, don't really think you will. Phantasm Martyr Token. This card can be used as a Phantasm Martyr Token. 0/0 first edition. A Phantasm Token. This card can be used as a Phantasm Token. And then some stuff from Dual Links. Yeah, just basically... They gave me actually like 3 things from Dual Links, and they were like... some stupid ass shit. So I guess it's cool. I got 2 tokens out of it, but to be honest, I don't know how great this deck will fare against some of my other decks. It just seems like they kind of just put all their chips on these super strong beasts and didn't really do much to try and protect themselves until they got it. And 8,000 life points, man. 8,000, like, we'll see. We'll see. Let's take a whiff. So, I don't know if next time I'm going to really read all of the cards. Don't know why it hasn't been focusing, guys. Sorry. I hope it wasn't blurry. I'm in the process of getting some new equipment. But thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope all of you are staying safe and enjoying playing some Yu-Gi-Oh. Hope you guys are enjoying your lives. But like I said, if you see any type of cards that you like, that you want to buy, maybe you have some cards that you want to sell, maybe you have some cards that you want to showcase, hit me up. I'll definitely be sitting here buying, selling cards. Any cards that you need, let me know, and I'll do my best to get them. I do pretty good prices on buying and selling cards. But yeah, everybody was hyping up this structure deck. I don't know why. Honestly, I like my Dark World structure deck better. But I'll see what fares against my Dark World structure deck. Also my my light deck. Oh shit. And a bunch of other stuff that I have. I got my Endymion deck, and we'll have to see. But thanks again, guys, for watching. Hopefully you guys had fun. Next time, hopefully the cards aren't so long and it'll take me so long to read, because I kind of just want to enjoy looking at the pictures. Those are cool. And then this one, this one's cool too. He like sticking out his tongue and stuff. Definitely a goofy looking one. But thanks again, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and stay happy. Bye.